Dave Luzapalooza, top 100 games of all time. Dave Luzapalooza, some are great, some just fine. Dave Luzapalooza, here telling you just how it is. It's Matthew Jude.
Welcome everyone.
Well,
this is the next 10 best games in the world. We're counting down from 60 to 51. There. You happy? I said it correctly.
That was
My
good.
name is
You
Dave
did it well.
Luza. With me is Matthew Jude.
Hello, I'm here. I'm ready to be wowed. I'm not upset so far.
That's good. I mean, I don't live for you to not be upset. I'd love for you to be upset and just tell you that
Fair
you're
enough.
wrong, but
That's fine.
we'll see.
No, you made that clear in the course of our decade of friendship. I feel like you don't mind.
Gonna comment on your list for sure.
I know you are.
So maybe we should just record one of your episodes so you have an idea of what's coming to you, so you can just comment
I'm
on
trying to
this
be
one.
supportive, but fine. Okay, I'll take
Oh,
that.
that's what we were going for.
What's your
okay.
first game? Your
My
first
first
garbage. Oh no,
Planet.
this is one of my favorite games of all time. This game's crap.
Number 60, Planet Unknown. This is a game where every player has their own planet, and it's unknown. And you're actually, are we terraforming it? Are we creating it?
You are. You are. No, you're discovering it. I feel like you're discovering it. Your rovers are going around the
We're
planet.
building it. We're
discovering-
putting polyomino shaped tiles, like Tetris shaped
Cares
tiles,
what you're doing. Is it fun to
on
play?
this planet and trying to improve this planet for the different things that this planet might like. Like we like some water on it. We need some plants on it. We need some room to put our some earth, just basic earth, I guess, to have our rover,
solar and rover, all that type of stuff.
yeah. Then we need some stuff that is good for technologies, and there's another track. So whatever we're placing on the planet, we're going to track the things. And once we hit specific goals, we're going to get specific bonuses. And we're trying to fill the planet.
This game is all about bumping up those tracks, right? And if you bump up the tracks, you get bonuses that get you to do something. And you go, I'm going to do this, which gets me up this track, which gets me a wild and another track, which gets me this, which gets me 2 movement to my rover, which lets me collect these meteorites and get points for that. And I absolutely love this game. I think it's so fun. I don't necessarily need all the different planets. I am a bigger fan of just the base planet. I think most of the other planets have like extra rules, which are good to handicap a player who knows the game against other people who don't know the game. But I don't know as if they're more fun to play than the original. I like some of the different companies because you can pair the company, which all these tracks, and they work in very different ways with the planets. And I don't mind all the different companies as much, but I feel like just the base planet and the base company is the most fun way to play the game. But I understand if you play it a bunch that you want some variation. But yeah, there's something about this that I just really, really love, because at the start you can only place things next to each other. But you can unlock a technology that now lets you place things separate from each other, which is really good. And at the start, you can only move your rover 1 or 2 spaces, and maybe you get a 2, and then you move up and you move another 2. But then later on, there's a bonus that when you get a rover action, you get to move the rover more. So you don't want to move the rover at all at the start of the game, so that later on you can always take advantage of the bonus every single time. And it's all about running up the tracks. I do feel like if you run up the... Is it not the economy track? Because there's a technology and an economy track, maybe it is. It's the track that gives you the bonus cards for endgame scoring a lot of the time. Yep. Or they might give you a really powerful
Civilization,
bonus.
I think.
Civilization track. And some of them are really, really powerful. And some of them are okay. One of them allows you to move all of your tracks up to the 5th level. Always get that, because it's just free movement. Because if you get to the top of these tracks, you get bonus points because you want to get to the top. It's great though. I love this game so very much. I think it's fantastic. It's great.
Yeah. It's definitely a good game. I really agree with all the expansions. The Supermoon expansion adds tons of more boards that are different, and every one of them needs more rules. I don't think we need more rules. I think the game was great. Now, I have noticed something that I did not know once I started the game. Have you taken a look at the different tiles in the game? The tiles always combine almost always combine the same resources with each other, and I don't understand that.
Yeah, I would love an expansion to this game to be, instead of new planets and new technologies, I would love a new set of tiles.
Yeah,
that would mix it up a bunch, because often the black and the gold are on the same one, and there's some tiles which are cool, which are wild, which allows you to activate other things. But yeah, I think that's true, and maybe there's a reason for that, but I don't know, because I want trees and I want
the
wild.
rover movement. Yeah,
I want trees and rovers, but those aren't together on this. It's always trees and water on the same, or whatever it is. So yeah, but it's great. It's just a fantastic tile laying game, and it's just the thing that's fun is my two favorite things in board games are tile placement. This isn't true, but I'm just saying it. Two of my very favourite things in board games. I'm not sure I'm willing to put my cross down and say this is it. But I love tile placement, and I love going up tracks that get me a bonus, that get me another bonus, that let me do a bit of a combo. I love those two things. And that's what this game is. And
that is what makes this fun, that it's the combination. You choose your tiles because of the resources, but that also means you're going up tracks as a bonus. Well, I don't know. Yeah,
because you want to cover the planets as well in this game, which is very important to say. Because covering the planets, rows and columns on the planet that are covered are points. So you're really trying to, I need some bigger tiles because I need to place more tiles down. I don't want to use these small powerful tiles. I need some big crappy tiles to cover as much space as possible. Because if someone just goes for big tiles, the game finishes, and you're not going to get any bonus points because you've got loads of really powerful little tiles that have done nothing for you. It's great.
Yeah,
it's a great game.
True. And then the craters. The craters, you need to remove them, and it's a great game, and that's why it's on number 60 of my list. Yes, we already have so many great games. We could just stop and play these, but no, that's not what we're doing. We're number 59, Inside Job. This game combines two things that I like. It's deduction and trick taking. So the goal of this game is to collectively, everyone, we need to fulfill specific conditions in a trick, just like what is the name? The Crew. There are a couple of versions of the Crew trick-taking game where you have a goal. We want to make sure that no one ever wins a hand with a 6 in it or whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. In this game, everyone says, yes, we're trying to do that, but some people are actively trying to, they've got a secret role. They're trying not to make that work. And again, you can say, oh, I didn't have anything else. Oh, we agreed to only play odd-numbered cards. I only have even-numbered cards.
And then later on in the round, you notice that they play an odd number, and you go, you lied earlier in this, and you are a dirty traitor. Yeah, it's good. This game went under the radar, I think, because it was following on from the Crew, and it wasn't the Crew, it was something different. I just feel like it just went by, and that's sad because I think this is an excellent card game. Yeah, it's really
you can
really
have
fun.
Different roles if you've played it a couple of times, and everyone's like, oh yeah, we know one of us is the bad guy. Now we add something that adds another layer on it, and again, this game does not last the whole night. No, you can just play a couple of games and again, and just see how everyone is dealing with the...
Yeah, or it could
with
last the whole night. You could play this all night as well.
You can play this all night. That's
yeah.
but I mean, then you would just have played a lot of different
Yeah.
games of this, and so you're not playing that one single
Yes,
game of
absolutely,
Werewolf all night. It's so much fun. Inside job.
Underrated game, for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. Number 58. Here it is. The Voyages of Marco Polo. This is a Euro game that I really like. I mean, of course. It's like I'm surprised.
You did a great
myself.
face then. You made a fantastic face.
This game is, it has a big board. You're rolling dice at the beginning of your turn, and usually you want high numbered dice rolls because they're better, higher numbers, which is only partly true in this game. It does give you more benefits if you need pepper. Oh, I'll use my 5s to get pepper because I get more. Higher numbers mean I get more pepper. But if someone took pepper before you, then it doesn't matter. But if someone took that action before you, you now need to pay as many coins as pips on your dice to get that many pepper. That means with my 5, and I need to pay 5. I wish I had a lower number because I don't want to pay 5 coins. So trying to mitigate that, it's a great way. Now that's already...
You're spreading yourself across the map trying to reach the end part. Beijing, isn't it? Beijing is at the very end.
No, I have to be a little bit more distinctive than that. There is...
Okay.
The board has different spaces on the board, different things. There is a part that is the dice placement, basic things, and you're trying to fulfill. It has different goods that you need to gather: camels, money, pepper, silk, something else, and that's one part of the board. But the other part is like this. I'm going to call it a ticket to ride type of board.
Yeah.
And everyone is getting tickets that says, hey, try to have visited these spaces on that board. Beijing is one of them, but you could ignore Beijing for all you care. You could just try to make these things happen. Now, if you look at the game at the first time you have these tickets, wait, in Ticket to Ride I get 4 tickets. Here I only get 2 cards that just gives me 2 places on each of them. It's going to be easy. Well, going back into the time of Marco Polo, traveling was so expensive. You need camels, you need money, you need time to make all these things happen. You will mostly not be able to visit these spaces, so you might as well ignore them. I mean, you're going to move a little bit, but it's
you
a
also
valid
want
strategy to ignore that part of the game.
But you also want to go different places because you get different actions for going to these different places and
yes, you get bonuses,
abilities,
but sometimes
only
if you're the first one.
Yeah, and the cool thing that everyone loves about this is that everyone has a special power at the start. They're given a special power at the start of the game, and everyone's special power they're all game breaking. They're all super powerful. One person doesn't have to roll their dice at all. They just pick their own numbers. Well, that breaks the game. How's that fair? That's also...
How is that fun?
I also don't care when anyone says that is the best power. But there are all these game-breaking stuff. I personally want to like this game more than I do, but I do like this. It is a fun game. It's not like a favourite of mine, but I know a lot of people really love this game. And there's a Voyages of Marco Polo 2. Have you played that one?
No, I have not.
I think you should try it.
Yeah, back in Iceland, they said it's better. Okay. Well, me mentioning it here also includes the second version. So
yeah, okay.
There. It's a
it includes the second version, which we've not played, but I have played it, but I don't remember it being. Someone who loves it is going to say all the different nuances as to how it's different, and it's a different game. But it's Yeah, but they both exist, essentially. I played a deluxe version of the Voyages of Marco Polo with all the fancy bits and pieces to it, and it was quite nice doing it that way. Yeah, it's a great Euro game. It's not one of my favourites, but I recognise it as... It did come with real camels, which I'll just be honest, it upped the price, and it was just more difficult to store because you've got to feed those camels whether you're playing the game or not, and that's... It's more of a... It was a gift to myself that ended up just being a burden because and those camels were breeding, so I was I was slaughtering camels hand over fist at one point, and that was unpleasant for me.
I did have Mongolian barbecue at some point, and they had camel meat. Is it any good?
It's not great. I do love camels, though. By the way, I like beasts of burden. I don't want to slaughter any camels. That's just a joke. I love camels. They're great. They're good lads. A good bunch of lads. Camels. What's your next game?
Number 58. The Voyages
Camels.
of Marco
Great
Polo.
Bunch of lads.
Yes. Here we go. Ooh.
I wish
Minos.
it was the Voyages of Marco Polo too. I wish that was what it was. I thought for a second I saw how long the name was. I thought,
Dawn of the Bronze Age, Minos. This is a great game. Board and Dice. I love that company. They come out with too many games that are too big. There,
They do come out with a lot of Euros. They're a Euro game.
And I love Euro games, but I can't keep up with all of them. All these T games, it's too much.
Don't love board and dice games. That's a big difference between me and you.
There's
and
the door.
It's my door. I'm at my house.
I know.
I'm not the biggest fan of, but I know that a lot of people love their games. They come out with like solid Euro after solid Euro, and I'm totally prepared to say that that's the case. But it's just not always for me. I don't like the T series. Is mainly it, and then I judge all their other games on the T series of games. I'm like, another board and dice game. But this is probably very different, and I've never played it.
Yeah, it definitely is different. It's card driven. I really like all the different things. You've got tracks in this game. You love tracks.
I'm sure I would like this. Yeah, I'm sure I would like this.
Okay, because Board and Dice comes out with so many new games on a yearly basis, I can't keep up. I make deliberate choices. I'm choosing not to play Nucleum. I'm choosing not to play Thabai because I would probably enjoy it. I would really think that I would enjoy playing that game. But who am I going to play that game with? I'm going to choose this. Yeah. I'm playing Minos, Dawn of the Bronze Age. It's a great game. I really enjoyed it.
This is one I would like to play. This one sparked my interest when I saw it because I like this type of theme. So what's going on? What's going on? Tell me about it.
You're buying cards that are giving you bonuses and giving you things that you want to do, and it's been too long since I can't give you a detailed overview.
Right. I will look into this one because it sparked interest in me when I first saw it, and you say it's the 57th best game ever made, so I'm interested.
Yes. I wonder how everyone else is doing this. Are you playing all the new Board and Dice games? Like, it felt at some point I needed to play all the Stefan Feld games. You have the feeling you need to play all the Reiner Knizia games.
Yeah, well, I had this feeling that I should play all the Stefan Feld games, but then Queen Games went it's crazed with power, and I was like, I'm out for Stefan Feld. Sorry, Feld. I love you, dude, but you've partnered with Queen Games, and I hate Queen Games so much. They're my least favourite board game company. But but there are new Stefan Feld games coming out that are different. There's there's stuff. The next game called Medico coming out by Hoch. It's coming out next. It's coming out in Essen. Called Medico. You're travelling barbers trying to become physicians in the Middle Ages. It's I'll play it.
I want to know in the comments of people how they deal with solid publishers like Board and Dice and saying, hey, I cannot buy all your games every year. Yeah. There are other publishers as well. Just to get an idea of what's out there, There are people, maybe they are just saying board and dice, that's it for me. I don't need to do anything else. Some people just say, I'll buy whatever is Spiel des Jahres, and then I'll just leave it at that because they know what's good. But yeah,
keeping up with releases sometimes is just you want everything in a series. There's a part of us that want that. It's like, oh, I want all of them now because I've got the first 6, so I want the 7th and the 8th. But are you going to play it? Yeah. There's a collector aspect. There's a collector aspect which I think you need to get out of sometimes.
But how about publishers who put numbers on their game boxes?
I have literally told a publisher recently, I said, if you're going to put all these in the same size box, put numbers on them. You'll sell more copies. Dave, I know you love this game, so tell us about TerrorScape.
Have you played TerrorScape?
No, I was with you recently, and you told me all about this game, and then I went, "Oh, this actually is not what I thought it was." I looked at it and went, "That sounds terrible."
This game,
I didn't know anything about it.
Big box game. It comes out when you remove it from the box. You build a huge villa, a mansion that's going to be between 2 parties of the game. One person is playing the bad guy, and the other people are playing the good people. Now, you can say this, it's like Indiana Jones. Who's the good people, who's the bad people? I always tell the story. What I tell the story is of this game, 3 people just ran into a house to protect from the bad weather, and they were outside in the woods, their car broke down, and they went into this house, they've spent the night, and at some point they hear footsteps, and they hear this big chainsaw. Who are these people in my house? And then...
they're trespassing, Dave!
They're trespassing! So now they try to find their way out of this big house. So this is a one versus many, where the 3 people on one side of the mansion, because in this game you can see where the bad person is, because he's very loud. He's got a chainsaw in his hands. He's revving the chainsaw, and they're like cowering in fear. So the other 3 are just going through the house, looking for keys to get through the front door. That's basically what the game is all about. The bad person does not know where the good people are, so they need to spend their actions looking for them, and that's an active thing. So they could be in the same room, but if the bad person is not actively taking a look around action, they might not find them behind a door. They have different other. It's a card-driven game, so the bad guy is just. He needs to do a sense. He needs to get a sense of where they are. So are there people in the blue area of the house or the red area? And then you have to say, well, I'm there. And then he, here I come. And he puts on his chainsaw and is trying to hurt anyone twice. That's the goal of the game.
Yeah.
Just find someone and nick them twice. The first time they're hurt. The second time, game is over. The good guys are trying to look for keys, but all of their actions are going to make noise in the house. So that's one of the things that they are doing, trying to be silent, or maybe everyone be loud. So then the bad guy doesn't know what's real. You could also throw a bottle in an adjacent room, so there's noise over there too. So the bad guy's got no idea what's going on. This game is a horror-themed game. It's so good. It's so exciting.
I'd like to play this. Yeah, it's incredibly impressive on the table. I mean, it's a big box because there's literally a big mansion that separates the 2 factions. So you can't see it. It looks very impressive.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was like, the name TerrorScape made it sound like one of those old like horror themed board games. That's kind of, but it's like a B movie. It is meant to be like B movie horror kind of stuff. So it's all very fitting and thematic. Is there different types of enemies to fight and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like I said, you always know where the guy with the chainsaw is because he's got a chainsaw. But you could also be in the house with a ghost, and of course the ghost can disappear and just pop up somewhere. So
there's lots of replayability there. Cool. This is something I'd be interested in.
3 boxes with extra enemies.
Wow, so you're into this game. You like this one.
Yes. I have never opened them.
Well, man, I wish I lived in Dusseldorf. We'd be playing a lot more games, tell you.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
so
I'd
much
be
fun.
very interested in playing this one. Yeah, I'd be interested for sure.
And you can play this with 2 people as well. I mean, one person
Yeah.
just controls 3 people. It makes it actually faster because you don't have to argue with yourself.
I think
because
this
you're
would work
behind
really
the
well
board,
as a-
and you're like, go there, you don't want it. And then you're trying to tell me, no, I don't want it. We should.
I can see this
And
working
the
really
other
well at
person
2.
I can hear you.
Have you ever played Sniper Elite?
No.
You would like that game.
Yeah, I think so too. I've heard of it. I've looked it up, but I've never played.
You'd love that
56 board games in, and you're still coming up with new games that I should try. But TerrorScape is so much fun. Next up, number 55. Was it 55? Are we there?
Yeah,
Is that true?
55, baby.
It is Skyrise. Oh, I played this recently. I was blown away by this. I had so much fun. Have you seen it?
I owned it at one point. It's a game that I don't own anymore, but it's because I did such a very, very strict cull of games, and this was a game that was... this made it to my cull pile because it was selling for a decent amount of money, so I got rid of it. But it's a
that
great
makes sense.
game. It's really good.
I played
It's a
the Deluxified
reimplementation,
edition.
yeah.
Yeah.
2
and
does not need to exist. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm glad it does for people.
I
who
was
want it.
very
The
happy playing this Deluxified edition. It had
Yeah, it is
actually had a
nice.
game board that went on top of the game board that had like
Yeah.
these little floating islands. It made the game look
Yeah.
amazing. In this
But it's
game,
a very simple game, though, right?
Yes, it is. Everyone has different buildings with different numbers on it, and you're kind of bidding on trying to play a higher number than the other person, but you need to play it on a spot that is adjacent to it. So
Yeah.
you don't want to get rid of your high numbers because they actually give you more possibilities later on. But it is an area majority kind of game. You want to have the most on the different areas of the board.
And there's set collection because certain spaces have got little tiles on, and you want to collect groupings of those tiles. So you want to bid extra to get onto one spot. And there's other scoring parameters that happen during the game. But it really is a very simple game. It's over in 45 minutes. You're done playing it, I feel like. But yeah, it's great, quick, fast. It started off as a Istari game, right? Which was it wasn't YS? Was that the game this is based on? Or another game? It's based on a very old game, but this got the edition it deserves. I feel like because it's really quick, streamlined play. I think if you like, this sounds very strange, but if you like cities and games of that level, that kind of level. It's kind of the same. It's not the same type of game, but it's the same level of game as something like Cities. I feel like it's very. You could teach this very easily to Ticket to Ride players. Essentially, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? This could be very gateway friendly. I think is what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I was blown away by Skyrise. Oh, I want to play it again. Ugh. Next up, number 54. Here we go. And this one, Anno 1800, the board game.
Quite a lot of games for you are video game remakes.
Interesting. Civilization, Slay the Spire, this one.
Now Anno's a video game series, right?
It is a video game series. I used to think, well, these reskins, they're no good. This one is good.
They used to be bad. They did used to not be good. They got good.
Be bad. Now, this game is very much like the video game. Like you have your long-term goals. You want to build your civilization, your city, and sure, I want to create tractors because tractors they sell like crazy and give you a huge amount of points. But what do we need in our city in order to create tractors as a long-term goal? Well, we need the ability to the tractor needs glass, it needs an engine. How do you invent an engine? You need all these steps, huge steps that need to go before that, because your game starts with farmers.
Yeah, you've got to build a pyramid almost. You need a pyramid, don't you, of production levels to get to the highest.
But you don't see that it's a pyramid. You know, you need. We need soap. How do we get soap? We need. I don't know what vodka. We need vodka. We need potatoes. We need to distill and all these steps. So your workers are going to be happy and doing the work, and then you can slowly progress. And this game has a great way of using both your opponents as factories by giving them trade markers or paying them for whatever they can produce. So I do not need to have a steel mill if you have a steel mill. I'll just give you the money.
Oh, okay.
But of course it would help, because now I'm spending my money on that, where maybe I should have used that money on getting... There's so many different resources in this game. You don't actually have the resources. It's all virtual. It's on the different tiles. So you do have that many factory tiles. So
it's still quite a heavy box. I remember picking the box
because
up.
Because all of the cardboard. Because you're not working with... So at the beginning you need to make room for all the factories that are in the game. You need to spread them out, make sure that everyone can see them. Oh yeah, what do I need? Oh, to get that, I need that. And that's where the pyramids thinking is coming in.
I've not played this one. The way you're describing it makes me think that I would enjoy it, because I do like... It's almost a crafting system, essentially, right?
Yes, it is a crafting system.
I like games where you have to think you have to do your long-term strategy, and you have to do this to get this, to get this, to get this, to get this, and then you get it. Or then you do this to get this, to get this, and then this comes out, and you think, well, or maybe I'll go this way, and I like stuff like that. So I do think I would like this one, but I've never had a chance to play it. I owned it once, but it was the German version. And I was like, oh, this... I just never played it, because that was perfectly playable. I could have just downloaded the rulebook, but it just never made it to the table.
It's all symbols on the factories. You just have
it never made it to the table, because I was like, the extra step of playing it was just, gotta sort out a rulebook. But yeah, I would like to try this one for sure. I think the box is very thematic for the video game, but it's not exactly exciting.
No, it's not. I mean, we haven't really talked about other games and the art on the boxes for those games. But this one, clearly, it kind of looks... It looks... yeah, I don't want to go... It feels Brass Birmingham to me.
Yeah, which is the worst. Anyway, let's not get into it.
We don't want to say that to anyone.
It's not coming. If you're waiting for it, if you're waiting for Brass to come, it's not coming.
It's not gonna. If you're waiting for it, then let's see where Brass Birmingham falls here. It's not coming. Spoiler alert. I wanted to say that there's also a way of getting resources that you do not own, is by in the computer game as well. You can find the spots overseas, and the game has a way of doing that as well. So you can get these resources that and now the way this game plays is you get cards because you have workers. Every worker has a specific need, and of course the basic workers, they have basic needs like vodka. This worker, he just needs vodka at the end of the day.
Hell yeah, brother.
So you work towards that goal, and then you satisfy his needs, so you can get the bonus of that card as you get rid of it. Goal is to get rid of your hand cards. That's it. But some of your cards have more exciting things they need. But for that to happen, you need to have like someone who is in charge of factories, like a big boss, and he's got even better needs. So
that's cool. I like that as a system. It gives you direction in the game, right?
Yes,
that's cool.
It does. And it's really good. So that's Anno 1800.
So I think there's a game coming up somewhere on your list that's a game that does a lot of stuff that doesn't have any direction. I feel like that is a game that will appear somewhere on this list.
I don't think that's coming up. I don't think it's coming. Here we go, hot streak, fun, fast.
Talking about games with direction, this one is a race game to the finish line. Only things might not work the way that you think they're going to work. 53 best game ever, really? Okay, interesting.
It's crazy fun. You can play this game with people who have never played games, and they understand how it works. They have this much to say as how this game will end up. That's the weird thing. So every time you play this game, you play with a different set of cards because you shuffle them, put some out there, and then the game might be tilted towards one character to win every time. Because you look at the cards and they might say, oh, the queen mom, which is one of the characters, is going to win because they have the most steps forward. So the chances are that they will just have those cards come out and they will win every time. That's definitely a possibility. So then everyone looks at these cards and then they can add one of their 3 cards to be added into that pile. So you might play a card that makes the queen fall. Like Trip. You put it in, it's like, ha ha ha, everyone thinks he's going to win, and now she might not. If everyone else does something like that, then she will probably not win. But you have this much of mitigation in this game. And then before the cards are being shuffled and played out, everyone is allowed to bet twice. So the first one saying, well, I'm going to take the Queen Mom is going to win card. And the other one says, you know what, I'm going to do a side bet. I think someone's going to trip just before they hit the finish line. Yes, that's going to happen. And both things might be true. And then everyone gets 2 of these betting rounds and you just play the cards. And before you know it, people are screaming at the table, no, please make that happen. Yes, sudden things are going to happen. Exciting things. People who never play games.
Is very group dependent.
Sure.
I think if you play it with people who aren't willing to buy in to the silliness, you're not going to have a good time. And I am happy to play this. I don't love it. I I love Magical Athlete. I don't love Hot Streak. And one of the things that really annoys me about this game is there is no reason. This is maybe not fair. It's so expensive for what you get for the gameplay. It's like a $50 game. It was like €45, or like it's an expensive game for such a light party game essentially. And I get it. You get these big plastic miniatures to move around on the board and stuff, but that did annoy me a little bit. And I don't know, I just don't. You only make a couple decisions: what you bet on and what card you add, and then the game plays out, and then everyone says, "Yeah, but that's the point. It's just a silly game," and it is. I can't say that. I'm not saying it's bad.
I hear your argument. But when I create this list, I am thinking of the ideal situation.
Yeah, of
the
course.
Ideal group of people. I'm not thinking about, well, I can't play this game with that person because...
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not
very true.
Imagining a group of people with that person in it. But
when this is great,
when
this is great, it's the 53rd best game ever. When it's great, when it works out great. That's fair. Yeah. Totally fair to say. I would love to try this again a few times. I just played it and I just thought, yeah, that was fun, but I just didn't love it when I played it. Compared to Magical Athlete, which I think is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's the same publisher. That's why we're comparing it to them. It came out around... Well, no, that's true. The reprint. Next up, The Crew Quest for Planet 9. I wasn't sure if this game was on the list. The Crew. I love it. It's a co-op trick-taking game.
Question for you.
Okay.
Do you like The Crew Quest for Planet 9 more than you like The Crew Mission Deep Sea? Or
I don't have to answer that. I don't know. This is a catch-all. I don't have to answer that.
Oh, maybe this is one of those exceptions. Okay, interesting. Yeah,
So
fantastic.
this is there are a few versions of The Crew. This is the first game that came out in this series. I was immediately liking it because it was the first game that I knew that did co-op trick taking. So the game sets a goal for the round, and then everyone is collectively trying to make that happen. And sometimes it's very easy. Oh, you are trying to get the 3 of green. That's your goal. Your goal is to get the 5 of blue. And then the game comes up with even more and more difficult challenges as you try to progress. It's a campaign style game, kind of.
Yeah. No one's reading the flavor text, Dave. And if someone starts a mission by reading the flavor text, I'm almost angry that they're doing it.
I sat next to the designer and interviewed them for a big Haba meeting back in the day. And I asked him about the flavor text because I was interested what he was going to say. And he proudly announced that that he created the flavor text. And I was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. No one wants it except the person who wrote it. And
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it was the designer, it stayed in. No, we're keeping the flavor text.
It's just, but it is, mission to mission they get harder. And the key is that this is not only a cooperative trick-taking card game, it's a limited communication game. So
True.
I can't say, I've got the red 9 and the blue 9, so don't play that. All I can give is I can say if I've got the highest, what my highest red is, or what my lowest red is, or if it's my only of that card, right? Those are the things I can say. And so you can't give any more information from that. I mean, you can kind of come up with your rules for limited communication. Sometimes I find limited communication to be a little bit group dependent. But like strictly by the rules, that's all you're able to say. But some missions, you can't give any information until the 3rd trick or the 5th trick. And there's all these different things happening, and it ramps up in difficulty. And it's fantastic. And if there hadn't have been a sequel to this game, this would be one of my all-time favourite trick-taking card games. But there was a sequel, that means I no longer ever have to play this game. Personally,
Because you like the sequel that much better.
The sequel is better than this game in every way that I think it makes this game completely null and void. You don't need this game at all. Get the sequel. But if
I
the sequel had
don't
never,
agree. I
for me,
understand why you say
but if the
it.
sequel had never come out, this would be my all-time.
So what the
if that
sequel
makes sense.
does, it removes this whole storyline and just gives you.
There's still a mission and story to go through, but the way that the missions come out is different. It's based on a difficulty rating and some cards, and the card system to design the mission. It means that the mission is very different each time you try the mission, based on what the cards give you the stipulations. So I think it's just a better system, essentially. But the rest of the game is very similar. I mean, it's limited communication, trick-taking card game is incredibly similar. It's really just the mission system that's particularly different.
I like the first missions better. I thought I'd switch because it's easier to understand for people that I'm playing with. Sometimes these cards are contradicting themselves, and you have to kind of get,
if it's like, oh, this is impossible, you have to re-deal them. The thing that I like about the second one is that I find it more replayable. You can just pick a difficulty setting and go. You can just play it as a one-off. But
that's true.
But yeah, it's just, both of them are phenomenal. They really, really are.
So, The Crew. Then,
and the final game.
Final game. Here it is. Ooh! First time I'm breaking the rule of not having a catch-all.
This is specifically Ticket to Ride
Legacy Legends of the West. There has been a lot of legacy games coming out over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And legacy game is a game where when you are playing it, you're changing things to the game that you're going to take with you the next time you play it. That's the legacy part. So I might be putting stickers on it. I might remove cards. You might need to rip cards from the game. And that means the next time you're playing this game, you have to deal with differences that you did not have to deal with the first time you were playing it. Ticket to Ride Legacy actually makes this very visible, because at the beginning of the game you have half the board, maybe even a quarter of the board. And as you are playing it, things are being added. And because it's a Ticket to Ride, so you would have like the map of old USA. You might have cities on the board that were not there before, so you would not be able to travel to those cities. So that means tickets that make you go to those cities will slowly be added to the game as well. So that changed it. I had a great time going through this game. It had some different mechanics that came out at different spots. Ticket to Ride is a really great game, and the Legacy version definitely was a great experience to go through.
I remember when you got this, you were one of those people at that Essen who ran and queued, and then no one could buy it because their system wasn't working, and you're queuing for hours to get the game, and it was a couple of years ago. And I own this game. It's right here, actually. You can't see it on the thing, but Dave can see it.
Yeah.
It's still in the shrink. I have never had the chance to play it, as that's just the way it goes. You know, the idea of playing a game 12 times, I think it's 12 times in this one. I won't, without spoiling my list, which may be coming in the future, Ticket to Ride will be in the final episode of my list, let's put it that way. It's one of my all-time favourite games, and so I'm very excited about playing the Legacy version at some point.
I'm looking at your screen right now. I can see the words Ticket to Ride 4 times on the boxes that are next to you. So.
Yeah, there's a row, and there's more expansions in these boxes. Not just these are just the big boxes. There's like expansions in here, but it's one of my all-time favorite games. I think it's just phenomenal. I asked Matt Leacock about this game because he's one of the co-designers of because it's is it Matt Leacock, Alan Moon, and Rob Davia? They all did it together. And I asked Matt Leacock, and because I was saying, could we play this remotely? If 2 different people had a version of Ticket to Ride Legacy, could we play remotely? And he just said to me, I remember, he said, I mean, you could, but please don't judge the game on that experience. And he was basically saying, yeah, you could do it, but you probably don't do it, is the way he said it. And because I was like, oh, maybe that's the way to get it done. Because I played all of Sagrada Legacy remotely.
Yeah,
Polo.
No, that's definitely doable. But this version, you would have the cards. I mean, if you want to draw cards, I would just have to show you. You've just drawn 2 red cards, and
that's how desperate I am to play it. I was like, is that a possibility? Could I do it that way? But I just need to find a friend and just play 2-player, I guess, and just try to do it in a weekend. Do the whole thing in a weekend.
3-player. We had a great time. The game could have been better. The story could have been better. They have a bad guy in the movie, or a bad person in the movie. In the game. That storyline should have been better. It should have been resolved in a better way, or not be in the game at all. So I do have some opinions on it, but it's just fun to play a game that many times I played it with Ilka, my lovely wife, and our friend Yoshi. It would be our game when we got together. We would always continue this storyline.
I don't want to start it without finishing it. So if I find someone to start the game with, it's like, okay, are you in or out? Because I bought that game with my own money. It wasn't given to me or anything like that. I bought the game.
And it was a lot of money.
And it wasn't cheap. And I don't want to play it twice.
I've got rid of my copy because I threw it out because I was done with it. But I took something out that is the best, most satisfying board game accessory ever inside a board game box.
Okay,
I will not tell you, but just for that, So
I'm excited.
yeah, you should be. Ticket to Ride. Great game. And that is the end of this video. Another 10 great games. Boy,
There's
time
50
flies.
games better than that. That's crazy.
Yeah. You remember how
I'm
this
excited.
journey started? What the first game was?
What was your very first game? I don't
I
know.
don't know. It was really a question. Do you
I
know?
don't remember. It's
don't
garbage
remember.
compared to this.
It was
Compared to what's
garbage.
coming, garbage.
Yes. So everything else is just going to be better and more joy. I do notice that the explanations are getting harder. Some of the games are easier to explain, but some of them are definitely getting more complicated. So maybe that says something about the games that I like. We do see some themes reappearing, so that's interesting. And
we could do an extra video at the very end, which is like evaluating your list.
Yeah,
Like how
I
many
to
of this type and how many this designer and all that type
publishers
of stuff would
and
be interesting.
do stuff like that type of games. It's going to be a lot of work, but I don't know. Maybe if you've got nothing to do, I'll send you the list and you can just prepare the facts. It would be lovely. Thank you so much.
Bye everyone. See you next time.
See you next time. My name is Dave. This is Matt. And we see you. And don't forget to listen to the podcast. This Game is Broken. We've got a podcast. It's not just us. We've got some other people, but it's just about us. I mean, basically.
We're them. I like to think of us as the mainstays, right?
Yes. Yeah. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye everyone.
Dave Luzapalooza, top 100 games of all time. Dave Luzapalooza, some are great, some just fine. Dave Luzapalooza, here telling you just how it is. It's Matthew Jude.